Hi everyone, I'm Jara Joyce, the founder of GJ Attitude. This is my new video of the series, the Not a Princess Detox, which you will find every Thursday at 12 p.m. on my YouTube channel. The reason why I'm recording these videos is because I want to raise awareness about domestic violence, as I'm a survivor of domestic violence myself. And also because I want to create a supportive community where we can all empower each other and also eventually share our own stories to create a positive change. Today I'd like to talk about the long-term consequences of abuse and why you should leave a toxic relationship as soon as possible. As I'm always saying, I am not a specialist of domestic violence, but I'm a woman who's been through it. So what I do with these videos is to share my personal experience so that I hope that eventually with what I learned during my healing process and during my entire experience can help other women too. Abuse, whether it's psychological, emotional, physical, or financial, doesn't just hurt at the moment. It leaves scars that can affect every part of your life. So let's break this down. Let's talk about the emotional and physical impact of abuse. Abuse can crush your mental health. It can lead you to chronic anxiety, depression, and eventually also PTSD. You might find yourself replaying traumatic moments and being triggered by things that remind you of the abuse. It also lowers your self-esteem because you get to a point where you start believing the lies that you've been told. You start accusing yourself and also believing that you were the one to be blamed, that everything was your fault, and that you weren't good enough for that relationship. Also, trusting others and forming healthy relationships can become really hard for you after an abusive relationship. Abuse can create physical health issues. Did you know that abuse can literally make you sick? The stress coming from an abusive relationship can lead you to serious health issues like heart disease, chronic pain, and even issues to your immune system. And if physical abuse is involved, that can lead you to long-lasting effects too. Abuse can also lead you to social and financial consequences. Remember that most of the abusers, they try to isolate their victims from families, friends, and anybody that can help their victims. Also, if you find yourself being economically dependent on your abuser, you will feel trapped because of money, which will make it even harder for you to leave. Another thing that you should carefully think about is the generational trauma. If you have kids, they are watching and absorbing everything that they see and hear. Abuse doesn't just affect you, it does also affect them. And without intervention, that cycle can continue in their lives. And to add another point to the things that I just listed, many don't know that it's scientifically proven that constant abuse can cause lasting damage to your brain. Chronic exposures to stress and trauma reshapes how the brain functions and even its structure. So this is the purpose of this video, for you to understand that the longer that you're staying with an abusive partner, the longer that it will take for you to heal from an abusive relationship. When I broke up with my ex-abusive partner, I thought that that was actually the end of my pain, but it was in fact just the beginning. I was experiencing PTSD. I would talk about PTSD more in details in another video, but just to give you an idea, the months that came after I broke up, I wasn't able to sleep at night at all. I would wake up each hour, having nightmares all the time, every night. I experienced very high level of anxiety every day for the entire day. I couldn't trust any of the people that were surrounding me because I really had a strong feeling that they were there to attack me somehow, to betray me somehow. I couldn't trust anybody because I thought that everyone was lying. I was also very depressed, and that wasn't me at all. I got to a point where I really couldn't recognize myself anymore because my personality is very optimistic and positive. But during those months, that wasn't me. And that was the time where I knew I had to seek help. Although we all have different experiences and we all have different reactions to abusive relationship. It took me personally 2.5 years before I started to finally being able to create healthy relationship, and I finally started to believe in what people would say and believing that the people that were next to me, they were there because they truly loved me. And I am sharing my personal experience to you because I want you to use it at your advantage, because I want you to avoid finding yourself in such a pain and such a difficulty in relating with other people because of one person that hurt you. I really want to help you women to understand that you deserve more than a person that he's hurting you to a point where you can't recognize yourself anymore, because nobody deserves that. That was an unbearable pain, and I just hope that giving you the knowledge of what can come after you break up from a toxic relationship will give you the strength to say, I am living and I'm doing it right now. And another thing that I'd like to point out is that not only I found myself in an abusive relationship as an adult, but as I said in the last point of the long-term consequences, is that I was also a child watching an abusive relationship happening between my parents. I am today the woman in my family who broke the cycle, but that took me a lot of personal work and a lot of effort that I've been willing to do every single day of my life, because I knew that as a woman, as a human being, I deserved better. If I could choose for another woman and for mostly other kids, I would do everything in my power for them to avoid everything that I had to deal with to get to the point where I am today. To conclude this video, ladies, I really want you to think about if it's really worth it to keep trying, to keep being hurt from a person that you know that is not the right person for you. I want you to know that there is a better life that is waiting for you out there. And I know that there are many reasons right now that keep you in that relationship. But what I really hope for you is to find the strength to live for good, knowing that there are other women out there that understand you and they are rebuilding a better life every single day. And also, if you don't think that you can do it on your own, seek help. There are many resources out there, specialists and therapists, and also lawyers eventually, that can help you out. Today I explained to you a few long-lasting consequences of abuse. I will be posting more videos going deeper into details. So subscribe to my channel and follow me on my social media to stay updated with all the videos. And please remember that you deserve to live a life that makes you happy.